Welcome to 5-Minute English from Listen and Learn English podcast.
Hello, this is your new English podcast. I'm Alex.
And I'm Emma.
Have you ever wondered how long it really takes to learn English?
It feels like everyone has a different opinion on this.
Some people say a few months, others say years. But what's the truth?
Well, that's exactly what we're going to talk about in today's episode.
We'll look at different methods of learning and the time it actually takes to get fluent.
And of course, we'll give you some tips to speed up your learning journey.
So, how long does it take to really learn English? It depends on a lot of things.
In this episode, we're going to discuss how different factors, like age, motivation, and learning methods, can change how quickly you progress.
Here's a question for you, Emma. How many hours of study do you need to reach AB1 level in English? A. 120 hours. B. 360 hours. C. 500 hours.
I'll go with B, 360 hours. That seems like a reasonable amount of time for a solid intermediate level.
Interesting choice. We'll reveal the answer at the end, so stay tuned. Let's start with a very important point. Learning English isn't a one-size-fits-all process. Some people can pick it up quickly, while others take longer. It depends on various factors like your age, motivation, and the methods you use.
Exactly. There are traditional methods, like using books and attending classes, which focus heavily on grammar and vocabulary. But now, we also have online learning platforms that offer flexible options, often with interactive exercises and real-world examples.
That's true. Many online platforms, such as Duolingo or Babbel, use technology to keep learners engaged. You can learn at your own pace, and sometimes it feels more fun than studying from a textbook. The convenience is a big plus for busy people.
And don't forget about podcasts, like the one you're listening to right now. Learning English through listening is an incredibly effective method. Podcasts help you improve both vocabulary and pronunciation, and they allow you to hear how native speakers actually use the language.
Absolutely. One big advantage of podcasts is that they let you immerse yourself in English anytime, anywhere. You can listen while you're cooking, walking, or even commuting. It's a great way to improve your listening skills without needing a lot of extra time.
But even though these methods are effective, there's one thing that is always key to learning English: consistency. If you don't practice regularly, it doesn't matter how great your materials are. You need to be committed and practice daily to see results.
And speaking of practice, vocabulary plays a crucial role in mastering English. The more words you know, the better you can understand and communicate. You don't need to memorize every word, but expanding your vocabulary gradually is essential for progress.
Another important point is grammar. You don't have to become a grammar expert right away, but understanding basic grammar rules will help you speak more accurately and confidently. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Grammar is something that gets better over time.
You also don't need to worry about sounding like a native speaker. Many learners get frustrated because they think they should speak like someone born in an English-speaking country. But the truth is, it's okay to have an accent and make mistakes as long as you're communicating effectively.
Now, let's talk about time. On average, it takes about 360 hours of study to reach a B1 level in English. This is based on research by the Foreign Service Institute. That's roughly 6 months if you study 1 hour a day, but remember that everyone learns at their own pace.
But how quickly you learn depends on several factors, like your motivation and your age. Studies have shown that younger people tend to learn languages faster. However, motivation can be just as important. If you're passionate about learning, you'll likely progress quicker.
Motivation is definitely key. It's what keeps you going even when the going gets tough. Whether it's for career advancement, travel, or connecting with others, having a strong reason to learn English can make all the difference in how fast you improve.
Another factor that impacts how fast you learn is the time you spend in an English-speaking environment. Immersion is one of the most effective ways to learn a language. If you can surround yourself with English, even if it's just through media or conversations with native speakers, your learning will accelerate.
But even if you don't have the chance to live in an English-speaking country, you can still immerse yourself. Watch TV shows in English, listen to music, read articles, and try to speak with native speakers online. There are plenty of ways to expose yourself to the language.
Let's also mention the importance of setting realistic goals. When you break your learning journey into smaller milestones, you can track your progress and stay motivated. For example, focus on mastering a set of vocabulary words or learning a particular grammar rule each month.
And remember, every person's learning journey is different. Some people may need more time to become comfortable with speaking, while others may struggle with grammar. What matters is that you're taking consistent steps forward in your learning process.
So, while there is no magic formula for learning English fast, there are certainly strategies and tips that can make the process smoother and more enjoyable. Don't be afraid to experiment with different methods until you find what works best for you.
And keep in mind that English is a language that constantly evolves. It's not just about knowing the grammar and vocabulary, it's also about adapting to how the language is used in different contexts, from casual conversations to professional settings.
So, how many hours does it take to reach B1? The answer is B, 360 hours.
That's right. With 360 hours of focused study, you should be able to achieve an intermediate level of English.
Let's go over some important vocabulary related to learning English. First, fluency. This means being able to speak and understand a language easily and quickly.
Next, motivation, your reason or desire to do something. It's a huge factor in how quickly you can learn a language.
Consistency. This refers to studying or practicing regularly, even if it's just for a short time each day.
Intermediate, this level of language learning means you can communicate well but still have some gaps in your knowledge.
And grammar. The rules of a language that help us build sentences correctly.
Lastly, vocabulary, the words you know and use in a language. The more you know, the easier it is to express yourself.
Thanks for tuning in today. We hope this episode helped you understand how long it takes to learn English.
Don't forget to take the quiz to test your knowledge.
And make sure you subscribe for more tips on learning English.
See you next time. Keep practicing, and goodbye for now. 1. What is one of the main factors affecting how quickly someone learns English? A. The weather. B. Motivation. C. The number of books read.
Two. How many hours of study are estimated to reach a B1 level in English? A. 360 hours. B. 180 hours. C. 500 hours.
3. What is an advantage of learning English through podcasts? A. You can study grammar rules more easily. B. Podcasts are cheaper than online courses. C. You can learn English at your own pace and convenience.
4. Which method of learning English allows for a more flexible approach to practice? Using textbooks. B. Attending classes only. C. Online learning platforms.
5. What is a common mistake learners make when studying English? A. Not listening enough. B. Worrying too much about speaking like a native. C. Focusing too much on speaking. That's all for now. Remember to follow us, like and comment to support us. Bye! See you next time.